Hi boys and girls. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to Micro Sessions Brewing. Yes, I am your host, Leo J. Bailey, and cheers. That's for Bill. That'll come into play later if you pay attention to shit I do on Facebook. Hey, god damn, it's noisy in here. So yeah, let's talk about the last month. Has been a combination of utter failure, and then the last 24 hours has been continued failure and then success, absolute disaster, and then resurrection. And whether we have any final success, we might know by the end of this video. Let's talk about it. First things first. About a month ago, I started developing a chiller system because I want to lager and during the summertime have better temperature control over my ales, because I can get it cold down here but not cold enough. I can't quite get down to 68 in the middle of August when it's 100 degrees outside. So this is what I did. I got my hands on some Micromatic water bath, ice bath, recirculating ice bath system. I'll show that to you in a second. And I'd love to have a pump that just recirculated that water in through my fermenter, but I don't, so I had to do a secondary submersible into a cooler. I'm going to turn this thing off so you can hear what the hell I'm saying. It's louder than I would like it to be, but it is what it is. Let's do this. The good news is it is currently at 33 degrees. I'm going to turn that off for a second. Now you should still be able to hear the recirculating pump. 33 degrees. I'm at 35 degrees in my water that's in my fermenter. That's getting ahead of myself, but that's what I wanted. I needed to have that temperature control that I could get down that far. I've never lagered. Everything I'm reading, that you get my point. Yeah, so I have the Micromatic. It's a refrigerator system with a water bath. There's a tank with refrigeration lines. Then there is an additional coil that's part of the recirculating system. I have my submersible pump in here, and then I have a coil that I got online that goes down through my fermenter. Hopefully I have some pictures and I can post them in between all this. So the pump pumps recirculated water out of here into the coil that goes through the ice bath, comes out, goes in the top of my fermenter. I had to drill holes and such to make the coil work. Mostly John Guest fittings, if you know what they are. Comes out of the coil, dumps back into this recirculating cooler, and then out again. The failure that I was experiencing for a month was a combination of all kinds of things. The pump wasn't big enough. I didn't have this really nice, cool, insulated bag from Fast Ferment specifically for these fermenters, and everything needed to be inside. I had an 11-degree split at one time, and now I'm looking at 2 to 3 degrees tops. I will take that as a win all damn day long. So I have that. So that was failure, 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 until yesterday morning. And then I thought, while I'm letting this thing do its thing, I wanted to see how it held temperature for 24 hours. I decided to do a brew day of leftover ingredients because I got shit getting old in here, and I figured I was gonna just throw something together. Now, when I did, hi Gonnie Bonds. When I didn't quite have enough Maris Otter to make a true English mild, and I tried throwing some extra ingredient that kind of fit within the style. And I thought I was going to be okay. I was looking at about a 4% beer, tops. Nice spring, slam that thing down. Some US 404 English malt or English dry yeast. I had it going. Went outside to mill my grains, because I do it outside because it's so dusty whenever I can. We've had so much snow, and the snow froze, and everything's kind of hard, so I was kind of being careful in my walk, set it up on my little brick wall out here, and I started to mill away, and my foot slipped, and I kind of backed up out the way, and my drill was on my mill, and everything toppled over. Here's a picture. Yeah. Completely ruined my damn day. Yeah, it was not fun. I was not happy. Was really up, you know. I needed comforting, so I posted it on Facebook, and everyone comforted me properly. Thank you. Cheers to that. It was a very sad day, obviously. Yeah. So then I just got all kinds of wound up, pissed, and went through the rest of my old ingredients, and I seemed to have enough to do kind of a blonde ale of sorts. I only had 3 pounds of Belgian Franco Pilsner. I thought I had 4, and the one bag I had was not correct. And then I had 3 pounds of Vienna lager, and then a handful of other things. It should get it up to about a 4.2, I think. I thought maybe 4.43, 4.42. US 04 dry yeast, because I got some that are going to be okay for a bit. Starts off with some Summit hops, some at 60, some Saz, however, at 15, and then some, Amarillo at 15. I'm currently mashing in. You should hear the pump kind of buzzing away right now. And so I went from failure, had my success with my chiller system. I'm very happy with that. Hopefully it will work. Oh, and the reason for that is, yes, I'm going to do a lager. I have all the ingredients for an Oktoberfest that I need to practice so that I can make one for Halloween Jam, because, yeah, you kind of should. So I'm hoping to get through that, maybe get Charlie over here, because I know Charlie's been wanting to do a brew day. Get Charlie over here, help me with that. That is not complicated, but there's lots of extra steps. Mostly while I'm home, I gotta kind of be home for like a couple weeks, or time it in a way so that I'm home, that when I'm ramping my temperatures down and then ramping them back up, I'd hate to ask Mary Jane to kind of try to do that for me. So that's the reason for that. And then we're brewing, today the blonde ale. I was going to call it my busted blonde ale because of what happened yesterday, and then decided to call it my broke bitch blonde ale. Probably not the most appropriate thing I've ever said, but what are you going to do? Oh, here comes my brew honey. So yeah. So yeah, there's that. I mashed in. Probably got about 20 minutes or so. Strike temp was 153.9. It's currently at 149, holding strong. Everything seems to be going fairly well, and I'll come back a little bit later. How's that? Cheers. Oh my. Hey, welcome back, kids. How you doing? Cheers. Hey, look. Yeah, no beer today. I have dropped my alcohol intake rather considerably. Did dry January, and 3.5 weeks of but yeah, it was a good Kickstarter to knock it down a little bit. As I get older, it gets a little harder to get off the body, and it's the constant battle with this shit. So far, so good. Broke bitch is coming Too soon? It's coming along nicely. I forgot to see what the target pre-boil gravity was. I think, son of a bitch. I never did look, forgive me for that. Real quick, it's right here. Pre-boil target. Oh shit. Anyway, it was 1042. It's kicked my, at least so far, it's kicked my ABV up a little bit. Look, this will be fine. You know, the only thing thinking about this beer, let me mention a few things for you beer people. The rest of you can go away if you could care less. Like I said, I had some, oh sorry, Belgian Franco. Franco Belgian Pilsen malt. I didn't have 4 pounds, so I did 3, well, ended up being closer to 3.5. And then 3 pounds of Vienna malt. I had some Munich malt, very little, about 13 ounces. I didn't have anything else to throw in there, people. I had to get the ABV up. Threw in some Bohemian Pilsner and some white wheat. I probably, because it's going to be such a lower ABV, 4.2, 4.4, 4.5, I probably should have put some flaked oats in there. A little bit of mouthfeel, a little bit more body maybe. You beer people tell me anyway. But yeah, so far so good. I got no complaints. We'll see how everything finals out, and then I'm not going to film a tasting. Well, I might. I don't know. That'll be on Facebook if I do. This is strictly for the YouTubes because I've done nothing for so long. Speaking of which, hi there. The return of micro sessions by, I wouldn't call it popular demand, but at least a few people were like, yay, do it, yay, we want free beer, yay, yeah. So, yeah, the first show is slated for sometime in March, which means about in April. We're going to do this once a month. Slated for about April 1st. I'll put that on the YouTubes. In the meantime, I've been dropping some stuff on Facebook. Some old workshop studio sessions crap that isn't even on the YouTube anymore. I took that stuff off years ago. Horrible. God, it's so funny to look at. The next one coming out the end of February. Yeah, towards the end of February. It's getting me kick-started to do micro sessions. The end of February is going to be kind of, it initially was supposed to be kind of a best of, a lot of behind-the-scenes footage, and at that point I realized it was all Bill. And then there was some really great footage of Fred. His late brother we lost, I guess we're getting close to 2 years, somewhere in that range. And then we actually had an appearance by Carlos, the third brother. And it was kind of cool. It ended up being mostly a collection of Bill, but I've gone ahead and titled it The Best of the Leone Brothers. And it's mostly Bill, let's be honest. It's always Bill. And which brings this back into play because Bill busted my balls. I think it was the boys' trip down at the Outer Banks. You'll get to see that. So that's coming up. So yeah, the return to micro sessions. We already have a full house. It is a theme. 9 people are going to be in here. We've had to reduce. We needed to change things up. So forgive me if not everyone got invited. I'm not even going to tell you about it. Those that are coming already know, so just behave yourself. And then I will try to rotate some different people as the theme changes and progresses. I'm hoping to do it once a month, so that's coming back. So anyway, enough of that. God, I guess I need a trim, don't I? I want it longer, but it's looking kind of, oh God, don't even look at my hair. It's a mess. What little I have. Yeah, we're in a boil. Things are coming along pretty good. Yeah, I'll drop in real quick at the very end, let you know how things turn out. And then somewhere on Facebook, I'll do a tasting of how it went. Cheers, you people. I'll see you back in just a second. See how things ended today. Okay? Okay. Rock and roll. Hi, boys and girls. Welcome back. Hey, brew day's done. Jesus, tired. Everything's cleaned up. I'm gonna post some pictures on the old Facebook. Numbers came out pretty damn good. I cannot complain. I think I'm going to end up with about a 4.3, maybe 4% blonde ale in tribute to that. Let's do, this is Sam Adams' new spring pack. And the reason I got a case of the spring pack is because they have returned with the blackberry wit beer. And if you've never had that, which they stopped making for, I think, a long time, I don't know, couldn't get it around here. It's an exceptional beer. This is another new breakaway blonde. I think they came out with this maybe last year. Cheers, good people. And I'm one over my limit for the week. Sue me. Mine will probably not come out as good as that. Oh, that's tasty. 4.7%, 15 IBUs. I think I'm about 20 is what mine's going to end up with. We'll see how that turns out. Anyway. Stay tuned. Cool things happened this week. It was an adventure between failing in the initial things with my chiller to getting that worked out. I think that's awesome. I only got a 2 to 3 degree split. I think I'm going to be able to logger now. That just makes me so happy. I hope my Oktoberfest, when I do it, I will definitely videotape all that because it'll be a first time thing. Hopefully I can get Charlie down here for that. That would be awesome. Charlie was good luck with my our first ever Kolsch many years ago. Beyond that, brew has been made. I'll let you know what the end result is on Facebook, and things are going good. Micro sessions will be coming back the beginning of April. No, it's not a April Fool's joke. And the band, we might have a couple gigs coming up this summer, so that's all Facebook stuff as well. I don't have separate pages for that because I don't have time, period. I just don't. But yeah, that's coming along pretty good. Clarksdale Rising's kicking. Micro Sessions is coming back, and cheers, rock and roll, daddy's tired. That's like, yeah, I know, Gunny. Kitty. Miss my brew kitty being down here. Old girl's not fun to getting up and down the steps anymore, being 15 years old. She prefers sleeping upstairs nowadays. The young man has taken over, and he is a menace. Rock and roll. Cheers.